Good evening, I'm Jake Summerall joining you here at Tomahawk Stadium for the Roger Bacon Spartans versus the Indian Hill Braves.
Let's play some football! Luke the Leg Lumberg to kick off for Indian Hill. Zach Coleman back for Roger Bacon to receive.
Okay. Yeah, and here is Luke Lumberg off the kickoff. There he goes, and he is tackled.
Coleman takes
14,
the kickoff out to the 25-yard line for Roger Bacon. We'll start 1st and 10.
And
tackled by Charlie DeGennaro.
We'll start off 1st and 10 for the Roger. Ball on the 26. It's a pass, and it's intercepted. Number 9, Alex Lindbergh runs back for a pick 6, and it's good.
Alex Lindbergh,
first play of the game,
takes it back to the house.
an interception.
Touchdown Braves.
Okay. Here's Luke Lumberg off the PAT. And he's perfect on the season, and his streak will continue, and it's good.
Alex Lindbergh on the hole, Luke the Leg Lumberg with the extra point.
First quarter, it's
Flag down on the play though.
7-0, and there's a flag. It appears the call's been called back. False start on Indian Hill. Number 6, Luke Lumberg will have to re-kick. It's up and it's good.
Luke the Leg again with a conversion. The Braves take an early 7-0 lead.
Last night, the Indian Hill volleyball team won 3 sets over Taylor, and blowout win for the Indian Hill. And the Reading Blue Devils and the Summit Silver Knights are just went underway. We'll keep you posted about that game. Now the Braves will kick off again. Here's Luke Lundberg. And it'll be a touchback. Roger Bacon will have it on the 20.
Lundberg's kick was through the end zone for a touchback. Roger Bacon will start on the 20. Don't forget to bring food, drink, and snacks off to the concession stands. Go to Best Concession to CHL, 6 years running.
And oh my, he's gone. Number 22, Corey Kiner.
Corey Keener takes the handoff, 80 yards for a touchdown for Roger
80
Bacon.
yards with the touchdown. Let's take a replay on that. He gets it, he goes right through the defensive line. He drives the tackle, and he's gone all along the sideline. He's not that tall, he's only 5'9", but he is fast, and he just showed how fast he is getting past the Braves defense.
Luke Bird with the extra points, good, and we're tied at 7.
And last week he led the Spartans against Western Hills with 5 touchdowns, which was very impressive, to say the least.
Indian Boosters continue to provide our athletes with tremendous support. Go to ihbraves.org to join our booster team.
Okay. And now the Braves will return. After that incredible run by Corey Kiner. Spartans will kick off. Number 3, Luke Bird is the kicker. And we'll see where he kicks it. Back to receive is Trey Lopez and Marco Fiore.
Joe Berger taking a short kick out past the 45 of Indiandale.
And that was number 18, Joel Berger, with the carry. He'll place the Braves on the 46-yard line. 1st and 10. And the quarterback for the Indian Hill Braves is number 12, Cole Dean. And the running back for the Braves is number 1, Tennyson Holmes. 1st and 10 on the 46. Goldine drops back, gets sacked in the backfield by number 57, Nate Stark. Junior for Roger Bacon. And that's going to be marked for a loss of 10 back on the 39-yard line. Loss of 6. Second and long as the Braves try to bounce back here. There's a snap. Number 1, Tennyson Holmes is driving right up the center, and he will get the first down.
Tennyson Holmes on the carry for the Braves.
Incredible carry by Tennyson.
45 of Roger Bacon. First down.
And will now be marked at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Goldine drops back, hands it off to number 16, Colin Shaw.
Goldine to Colin Shaw, down close to the 30. Logan Wolf on the tackle for Roger Bacon.
And that carry will place the Braves on the 31st yard line. Cole Dean is the offensive passing leader in the CHL. 482 yards. Oh, Cole runs and is tackled for a gain of 2.
Inside the 30. Second and 8.
Offensive lineman looking at the coach for the play. Ball's on the 29. And Golding's asking for the ball, and he hands it off to Tennyson. Not much of a game for the Braves.
Tennyson Holmes on the carry down about the 28.
That'll be third down.
Third down.
It's 3rd and 7. And Cole Dean gets it, and it's picked off by number 8, Jake Speed. And he brings it back to the 50, but dodges a tackle and knocked out of bounds on the 38-yard line.
Takes it back across the midline, just past the 40 of Indian Hill.
And let's take a replay on that. Mr. Shaw, let's see an analysis on this.
Okay. Hey, Jake, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Good to be with you. Yeah, Dean steps up, has Mike Bright down the field. Just didn't see that safety stepping in front. Going back the other way for Bacon. A lot of scoring here early. Now we have a turnover. See if the Braves can hold.
1st and 10 for Roger Bacon. It'll place them on the 38-yard line. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Number 16 hands off to number 22, Corey Kiner, with the first touchdown of the game for Roger Bacon, and about a gain of 5.
Yeah, Jake, they in the first 2 games have passed it about 25% of the time and run it 75% of the time. So probably going to see a lot of Corey Kiner. He's had a lot of carries. So far, he's run it 58 times in 2 games. Expect to see the same thing tonight here against the Braves.
Yes, and now quarterback will line up in a shotgun formation, gives it to number 22, and a gain of 4.
One thing you do notice the last couple of games, though, with all those carries in the second half, he starts to wear down a little bit. A freshman, completely amazing, 5'9", 200 pounds, low center of gravity. See how he wears during the game if, in fact, he carries it 30 times.
And last week against CHCA with Indian Hill, the running game was very strong for CHCA, and it wasn't very effective for the Indian Hill Braves.
Yeah, Jake, you're right. You know, first half, I think CHCA trying to find a replacement for a kid that rushed for about 1,800 yards last year. They found him, and he showed up in the second half, and he was the difference in the game. Pair him with Danny Vanatsky, who all us Indian Hill folks know very well, and CHCA is going to have a good run. They play them tomorrow night against Wyoming. Interesting to see how that's going to go.
That'll be a great game. And number 16 drops back, gets us to number 11.
Like
Chris Kugel with the gain.
They have a penalty on this.
4, but there's a flag on the field, holding on the offensive line. That'll be 1st and 15.
Kobe Taylor, the Bacon quarterback, only throws it about 25% of the time, and when he does throw it, lower completion percentage, 38% or so. But what he does that's so important for his team is a lot of deep balls. That one was one underneath, but a lot of deep balls that stretch it and open it up for Kiner to be more effective running the ball. See if that holds true tonight. A lot of fade routes that he's thrown this year so far.
Yes, indeed. He's got triple receivers on the right and 1 on the left. Drops back. Almost tackled by Tribal Braves, but is tackled by number 5, Michael Bright.
Reception for Roger Bacon, down close to the 25.
Yeah, big target there. Number 15, Big target.
Michael Bryant in on the tackle for Indian Hill.
And that'll place Bacon on the 25-yard line. Number 16 hands off to he escapes the first tackle.
Carry for Roger Bacon.
Gains about an extra 3 yards on that. And that'll be 3rd and 3. We'll see if the Indian Hill Braves can hold.
Yeah, one of the
Bacon
things
here.
the Braves have done a good job of this year is keeping the secondary clean. The front seven for the Braves have accounted, their 5 top tacklers are all from their line and their backers. Let's hope that continues throughout the year.
Yes, and 16 drops back. Almost dodges a tackle, but escapes another one and is passed to number 11, Chris Kugley. And they will convert for now 1st and goal.
Kobe Taylor to Christian Hill.
On the 10-yard line. Number receiver and a pitch to Corey Kiner.
Yeah, nice job by the Braves getting wide. Tackled by Colin Shaw.
Tackled by Colin Shaw. 2nd down.
2nd down, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, gain of 1.
Scoring, and then they hit the field goal. So
How about that hit by Michael Bright?
On the
Oh, yeah.
carry.
Kind of up in the air a little bit. Michael Bright
on the play.
put the shoulder into him, and the Braves are tackling better than they did last week. But nonetheless, Bacon moving the chains and down in the scoring position. Michael Bright, I guess we don't have a replay on that. That's a heck of a hit.
indeed. And hands it off to 22, Corey Kiner, but it's still no good. That'll put them.
To bring up an interesting decision for Bacon here early in this game. The way the points have gone up on the board, you'd think maybe they might give it a try, especially the way they've moved the football. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down.
And the Roger Bacon will go for it. 4th and goal. Indian Hill has to hold them here. And they try to wedge it.
I think they held him.
It's a dog pile, but see what the refs say, and it's still no good. Right at the 1-yard line.
Great job by the Braves defense. I didn't see guys jumping up and down. I thought I'd see more emotion. Great goal line stand by the Braves there.
9 yards to go for a score.
And the Braves will start off with 99 yards to get down to the opposite end zone.
Somebody on the Braves with a chance to set a new Indian Hill record, right? If they can get a 99-yard run.
Indeed.
Little Tony Dorsett kind of thing going on here. Let's see who steps up.
And Cole Dean back for the Braves as the quarterback. With number 1 running back, Tennyson Holmes, on his right. Hands it off to Tennyson.
Holding on the keeper.
Looks like that's going to be close to a 1st down
Out to
there.
the 10-yard line.
My
Certainly.
apologies, that was not.
Certainly did a good job getting the Braves out from under their own end zone.
Yes.
1st down.
And they will give the Braves a 1st down on that.
And last week, we did not see Cole Dean keep the ball very much to himself. He was very generous giving the ball off to his other teammates. Cole's got 3 receivers on his right, 1 on his left, and he goes for the left. And is incomplete. So close.
Yeah, one-on-one out there with Marco Fiore. Marco, a tremendous athlete. And I like that idea. Put it up, let your playmaker make a play. Unable to come down with that one. Great coverage on that side by Roger Bacon.
And that will keep the Braves at the 11-yard line.
Bacon, not a particularly big team, but really athletic, good side-to-side, good coverage guys. So see if the Braves can run the football maybe tonight.
We'll see the Braves offensive line talking to each other. Cole Dean in the backfield. Looks to run. Fakes to Tennyson.
Yeah, Braves
And-
actually putting Marco Fiore back there. Saw them mix it up a little bit last week with Marco and the run and taking the snap and Cole Dean with the pass. Nice job there, not subbing those guys, having them both on the field. Bacon has to account for that.
Yes, and that'll put the Braves at 1st and 10 on the 33-yard line.
Fiore will come out after that run, and Trey Lopez comes in to play the slot.
So that was Fiore for a 19-yard pickup.
And Fiore with the 19-yard pickup on that last drive. Cole Dean, now the quarterback, drops back and looks for number 16, Colin Shaw, and then another first down.
Colin Shaw out past the 40-yard line for another Braves first down.
Yeah, Cole Dean has done an excellent job this year, completing almost 60% of his passes and about 6.5 yards per attempt. Great thing about the Braves right now, they're balanced. 60% of the time they throw.
Talk about the dual threat that Marco brings in when he comes in.
Multiple flags down the field.
Let's take a look at this this replay of last play, Jake.
Tennyson Holmes on the carry for
That
the
was a
Braves.
rather rough helmet hit to Tennyson Holmes. Penalty was on James Thompson.
That's number 1.
That was an ugly hit.
Yeah, you guys, money's worth on that face mask. That was the 15-yard variety.
15-yard penalty on
Two
Roger
penalties
Bacon.
on Roger Bacon. Braves accept the personal
1st and
foul
10
penalty,
ball on the
pushing
42-yard
up
line.
15 yards.
Thank goodness Tennyson's okay, and move on to the next play. Yeah, we were talking about the Braves with balance. You know, they pass it about 60% of the time, throw it about 40. Bacon a little different, 75% run, 25% pass. See if the Braves can mix it up on them a little bit tonight.
Hand off to Hollins up the middle. Dodges a tackle and then gets tackled by number 5, Zach Whitten. The 17-yard. 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line. Tennyson Holmes, a senior.
Nice recovery by Tennyson coming off that face mask and opens it up down the middle.
And Cole Dean goes to his right, looks for number 3, Trey Lopez.
Nice job by Lopez to not only make the catch, but shake that first defender and get extra yards after the catch.
Gain of 6 yards. Trey Lopez.
Second down.
False start on the Braves.
Ball start of the Braves. Backs him up 5 yards.
Yeah, looks like that hard count actually got Joel Berger before it got the Bacon defensive line, and Braves going to be backed up 5.
Let's see if the Braves can recover after this penalty. Second down for the Braves, ball on the 13. Cole Dean in the backfield. To his left, John Mark Williams will block, and he gets it to number, but a just underthrown as he got hit.
I'll tell you what, that was a really nice throw. Timing-wise, ball delivered right there when he turned around and thrown to that back shoulder where only Indian Hill could get it. Nice throw, just it's tough. Tough to turn and catch the ball with the defender on you.
The Braves in field goal range, but if we do not capitalize on this drive, will they go for it? That will be the question right now. As Cole Dean's asking for the ball, drops back and hits number 3, but is tipped.
Yeah, nice play by Zerl Edmondson, getting his hands up and turning around. And the Braves are fortunate. You know, the other thing that I think this offense has that gives it the diversification you need to be effective is the kicking game. And Luke Lundberg, you mentioned perfect on extra points, also 2 of 3 with the field goals this year. And the 2 makes at New Richmond, 38 and 41 yards. So this is well within his distance. 37-yard attempt coming up here. Oh, I'm sorry, 30-yard attempt coming up here.
Luke Lundberg can hit well over 30. So let's see if he can get this one. And it's up, and it is good. That'll put the Braves up 10-7. And that keeps the streak up.
Yeah, he's 3 of 4 on the season, but you know, I mean, to your point earlier, Luke, what that does as a quarterback for Cole Dean, you are in field goal range and you have somebody that can make a 30-yarder or a 40-yarder, everything gets different, right? You don't want to turn the ball over, you don't want a holding penalty, you don't want something to take you out of range. But what a beautiful thing to work with as a team, to have a guy that can kick it like that and be as consistent as Luke Lundberg is.
And Luke Lundberg will be set for the kickoff.
For all the latest Indian Hill
See if he hits it into that left corner again. Lundberg able to put it in the end zone pretty much any direction, but seems to favor kicking it over to the left.
And nearing the end of the first quarter, Roger Bacon pull off another touchdown or maybe even another score, adding to the score of 7. Kick is it's up. And kicks it in that back left corner, like you said earlier.
Yeah, it's another great thing, isn't it? I mean, as a defense to go out on the field and have 80 yards at your back, just a tremendous thing. Let's see what the Braves can do here against this Bacon offense. Bacon's had a great start to the season. I don't know that Western Hills or West High, as the older folks like to call it, or even Reading is quite the test that Indian Hill is, but let's see what Indian Hill can do the rest of this first half to slow this Bacon team down.
We'll see a change in quarterback. Tyler Bullock hands it off to Corey Kiner up the middle, but it's tackled by Tribe of Braves.
You know, the quarterbacks can change, things can come and go, but handing it off to Kiner, you know you're going to get a lot of that. Looks like somebody's down for Bacon, and that might be Kiner.
And it does look like Corey Kiner, running back for Roger Bacon. Scored previously.
Yeah, I hate to see that, and hate to speculate on what that is. Hopefully Corey will bounce up and be ready to go. You know, you don't often see a freshman come out, especially at that position. You know, you might see a kid in the secondary, or you might see a wide receiver or something of that nature.
Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Let's see if this replay will show us anything about Corey Kiner's injury.
Be loud, be proud, be positive.
You see him get tackled. Nothing really showing us anything there.
Yeah, best you can see is just that, you know, it's a pile up. He's in traffic, and looked like his legs came out clean.
So, number 22, the running back, had 5 running touchdowns last week and ran for over 300 yards in 3 quarters.
And last week, Corey Kiner ran for over 300 yards in the game versus Western Hills with 5 touchdowns, and he is now at his 6th touchdown tonight. And now we see the trainer.
Don't forget to join the boosters. We know boosters continue to provide our
And the main part about his success and why he's so popular is that he's only a freshman. Tonight was his 9th touchdown of the season.
Well, let's take a minute to maybe talk a little bit about what else is going on tonight schedule-wise around the city. First of all, thinking about the Indian Hill kids, do you have any from the freshman class that went over to St. X? Anybody you can think of?
No, I did not.
Had a couple that are seniors now that are over there. Johnny Morocco and Chad Adair playing corner and safety respectively. They're hosting Walnut Hills tonight. Last week we were getting updates on that Coleman game, if you remember. That's a big one. Tomorrow night we mentioned Wyoming is going to be at CHCA.
That will be a game for Indian Hill and the rest of the CHL to be tuning into.
Yeah, good.
Corey Kiner is now trying to stand up.
Good chance for Indian Hill to start seeing, maybe what Wyoming looks like against a common opponent. Tonight, though, back to tonight, Schroeder is at Marymount. New Miami is at Deer Park. Deer Park had a win. They're now 1-1, which is great. Hughes is at Finneytown. Finneytown, let's see, not sure what. I think Finneytown's also 1-1.
Corey Kiner using 2 people to walk off. This does not look very good. It appears it's that right leg.
Woodward is at Madeira. Mark Manfredi continues to run through everybody's defense. Madeira getting it done. Woodward at Madeira. Taylor is at Norwood. And then, as you mentioned, Summit is at Reading.
And now number 7, Tyler Bullock, will be in the backfield for Bacon. Looks, but sacked, but he throws it up just in time.
Yeah, it's a shame to see, not only for Corey and for his family and everybody that cares about him, all his friends. I mean, never want to see anybody get injured. Particularly tough for Bacon, given how much they rely on him. And that affects everybody. It affects the quarterback. Now you're in situations you're not comfortable with or not used to.
Let's take a replay on that last tackle. That's a complete pass. We see number 59, Jack Hankin. Almost a sack from backfield.
Now, the back that's come in for him, Keontae Deere, has quite a bit of experience as well, though. So it's not like they have somebody that hasn't been in there. The sophomore has had several carries this year, and I'm sure they can count on him as well. Just missing a special player, though. Hopefully, they'll get him over on the table, and it's something they can work out, and Corey will be back in the game.
With Corey out of the game at this moment, this will hurt Roger Bacon as they punt. Back to receive is Trey Lopez, or Marco Fiore.
Marco doing a good job to come up and not let that ball roll. The key there, let's keep it where it is. Not a huge return, but a huge return in the sense that that ball didn't keep rolling and cost us 10 or 15 yards. Nice play by Marco Fiore.
First down.
And first quarter scores. Marymount leads Schroeder at the start of the second quarter, 14-0. Marymount on top. And Coldine gives it off to Tennyson Holmes.
Tennyson Holmes out past the 50.
And also around the league,
Pick up about 5.
Reading versus Summit Country Day. And Madeira and Woodward are 0-0 in the first quarter.
How about Reading being up on Summit Country Day? Summit with a good group of athletes. A young man by the name of Xavier Johnson who has Division I offers in both football and basketball.
Trey Lopez around the right side.
I actually know the Summit quarterback, Jimmy Steins. He's a good friend of mine. So
They got a nice squad, don't they?
yes, they do.
Got a local kid here from the Madeira area, went to St. Gertrude, Joe Collins. Former altar boy, but he's got a mean streak. He likes to hit people.
And that'll conclude the first quarter here in Tomahawk Stadium. Roger Bacon 7, Indian Hill 10.
Talking about the league, a couple of, just want to give some credit to a few people within the league. We mentioned Cole Dean and leading the league in passing. That probably tonight he'll expand on that. Looked like the Braves want to throw the ball a little bit. But second in that, Wally Rennie down at Marymount is doing a great job. He has 409 yards through the first 2 weeks. Running the ball, looks like Madeira's committed to that. Mark Manfredi doing a great job, 394 yards through 2 games. Amazing. You know what's interesting, though, as we look through this list, receiving yards, Adam Wyzorka, Madeira, number 1, Marco Fiore here in tonight's game playing for the Braves, number 3 with 147 yards. Notably absent, the 5th leading passer, Evan Prater at Wyoming, and the 5th leading rusher, Pearson Rogers at Wyoming. Yet Wyoming is 2-0, and they are just shellacking people. So they must be spreading it around quite a bit, and a true mark of a great team, great balance at Wyoming.
And that'll be a great test for the Indian Hill Braves as they meet later in the season. Goldine on the 46-yard line. Tennyson Helms on his right. Goldine drops back, looks for number 3, Trey Lopez. Gets the first down, dodges a tackle and another. Escapes, Buddy escapes, and Trey Lopez with the reception, and he will score for the Indian Hill Braves.
Great play calling and a great job by Goldine to get it to him in space. I mean, honestly, that looked like a punt return from the moment he caught the ball with everybody spread out, and in that situation, there's nobody better on the field than Trey Lopez.
With this, he has great athleticism, and let's see a replay on that. When
Well,
Lopez gets...
looks like we're going to miss the kick after, but we know that's a foregone conclusion.
When Lopez gets gets the ball, normally he's very quick and agile, and he's really dangerous.
Yeah, anytime they can get him out in space, that is a terrific thing for the Braves using his skill set. And nice play and nice delivery by Goldine. That's just going to add to those passing yards and the touchdowns. The Braves now have had, let's see, 5 different people score touchdowns. Marco Fiore's got 1 receiving and 1 rushing. Colin Shaw has 1, Davis Kleekamp has 1, Michael Bright has 1, and now Trey Lopez on the board as well for the Indian Hill Braves, who lead at 17-7.
And Luke Lumberg will be the kicker for the Braves here on this.
If we get an update on young Mr. Kiner, we will pass it along.
Yes, indeed. We hope he does come back. With him out, that is hurting Roger Bacon right now.
Yeah, we'll try to figure that out maybe with some of the coaches in the booth at the half and come back and give a second half report. Don't know if Corey has relatives watching out of town or whatever the case may be.
Resigned Zach Coleman will be back, and a rather hard hit. And he is still down.
Roger Bacon on the return out to about the 30.
And it looks like...
Jason Clark on the tackle for the Braves.
Yeah, let's take a look at that hit. Let's see what happens. Oh, and just a hard hit.
Good news, Zach Coleman, the 6'1", 175-pound junior, will walk off on his own power. So good news in that case. He pops up. Hopefully he'll be fine. Back in the game, and we go on to the next play, Jake.
Indeed, then Roger Bacon will have it on the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. We'll see a run with the new running back, number 2, Zuri Edmondson.
Yeah, Zuri doing a nice job both ends of the ball, broke up that pass and forced the Braves into a field goal as a defensive back a couple of minutes ago, and then running that jet sweep. Bacon's starting to mix it up, and I don't know if that's out of necessity or if that's the original intent. When you change personnel, sometimes you have to do things a little different, opens up the playbook. So it's a different challenge for the Braves, things they might not have seen or expected.
See a pass, rather laser pass, but and it will be just short.
Jake, kind of interesting. John Mark Williams came in and put a hit on the quarterback, Tyler Bullock. Tyler Bullock's 6'1", 235 pounds. So he takes that hit pretty well. Hey, we've had somebody join us here in the booth. The great, if we think about all the Roger Bacon alums, we think about Milt Stegall, we think about Tommy Kramer, we think about B.J. Sander, we think about the people that do the great work as Roger Bacon did back in the 13th century. And there's nobody better to carry on that tradition than the great Alex Meacham. Mr. Meacham, welcome.
How you doing, man? Thanks for having me. That was a great introduction.
Well, I don't do you justice. I mean, we know that. 75 cents is what I think we agreed to. I don't want to take too much. Meach, thanks for joining us. Man, your Spartans are phenomenal. I hate to see Corey Kiner get knocked out of the game. What kind of a start has he had? He might be the best of all of you.
I know. How about, I mean, his season so far? What do you have, 300 and some yards the couple games ago?
Yeah, Bacon record.
Yeah, I mean, he's a tremendous athlete. I didn't know much about him prior to this season. I hadn't heard anything. You know, of course, as a freshman, you don't want to overhype a freshman, but a tremendous athlete.
So, hey, you're here tonight. There's a great Indian Hill tie. Not only are your Roger Bacon Spartans here, but the great tie, you, of course, being probably the most famous of UC Bearcat basketball walk-ons. Another UC basketball Bearcat walk-on, preferred walk-on, phenomenal player in his own right, Brandon Miller, here as well. Did Miller pull you out here? Have you seen him?
I haven't seen him. Apparently, he's at the UC Michigan pregame party in Michigan because they play each other in football tomorrow. But, you know, Brandon Miller went here. I worked with him when he was a student, and fortunately for him, it was the right time where, you know, Coach Huggins and Andy Kenny and the staff were looking for a good walk-on, and someone just like Brandon, and God, he carried on the tradition as a walk-on like nobody else. He was a great walk-on.
Meach, everybody's familiar with the walk-on status. Everybody's familiar with what you did there and the incredible story of how you fought your way onto the floor and participated with, let's face it, that was UC back in the days when everybody in the world was scared of UC, right? I mean, those were some monsters. What people might not know is all the great work you do with youth basketball here, and it's touched my life with my son Colin. Just graduated, I guess you could say, as a 17U player with Mike Price, best coach you could ever imagine playing for. Talk to us about how you kind of teach life lessons through the game of basketball.
Yeah, that's our motto, teaching the game of life through basketball. And the goal is not only to teach the kids, you know, how to shoot, dribble, and all that, but the importance of things that you're going to carry on with you when you get a job. You know, how to be a point guard in life, how to be a point guard for a business and be a good leader. And, you know, your son, Colin, you know, he came into our program, and we tried to get Colin to be a part of our program for a long time because not only did I like what he did on the court, but how he carried himself off the court. And those are the type of things that we look for players that fit our program. We don't necessarily look for the greatest athlete, but we want the kid that fits what we want, and we can help get to that next level, not only in sports, but that next level in life. And your son's going to do great in life.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. If you're out there as a parent watching Indian Hill and you've got a child that likes the game of basketball, like young Mr. Summerall here with us, or anybody else, Bacon, this is the guy to look to. I can tell you from my experience, nothing but good things. Jake, what's going on in this game?
And we'll see a pretty gnarly hit to the legs by Alex Lindbergh, and a flag will be thrown. And that'll
4th and 6.
and they'll put Roger Bacon at 4th and 6.
Uh-oh. Come on, Spartans. Back to receive
Now there's been some talk that you, having had Miller and Shaw go through the program, you've come up with a top 500 list, and there's somewhere in the top 500. Is that true?
Oh, definitely. I would I would say in the upper half than the lower half. Okay, I promise you that. I promise.
Well, that's pretty generous. I like that. That's pretty good stuff. That's pretty good stuff. Anything new shaking? I know you're out in L.A. Doing a lot of good stuff there too with kids. Anything new going on in the life of Alex Meacham?
We're getting ready for fall basketball right now. We have 3 fall teams. We'll then transfer into winter teams for kids that don't make their high school teams, and just give them an opportunity to keep playing the game of basketball. And so I'm getting ready to do some more TV work as well, working with Channel 5 WLWT, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, those are priceless. If you haven't caught those, Meach breaking down different games and highlighting different kids, that is a treat on Channel 5. No question about that. Favorite Bacon memory before you go? Talk to us about the importance of Roger Bacon to you as an alum.
Well, I loved Roger Bacon because they welcomed me, and I think as a young person, and you go to a new school in which I transferred into Roger Bacon, they welcomed me with open arms. Everyone was great. To answer your question as far as a memory, we used to have talent shows where the kids, would get up and perform their talent. And so myself and a couple guys, we got up and performed a couple songs, did some raps and all this stuff. And the place went crazy. The administration hated it. And I tell you what, that's a memory I will never forget, just seeing the whole student body going crazy, dancing in the hall. It was just unbelievable. But the administration didn't like it at that time. We still joke about it now. I still talk to the Dean of Discipline and those guys, and they laugh about it now. At that time, they didn't think it was funny.
Well, it all pans out. You touring with 98 Degrees and being a part of that boy band. I don't think a lot of people know about that, but it all worked out.
I was the backup dancer.
Hey, I always said if I could be a Pip and I mean Pip, there's no M, and if I could just be a Pip and do that little Gladys Knight thing,
steps.
yeah, that's good stuff.
You look, you were a dancer back in the day.
Yeah. Well, Meach,
I have not.
Meach,
I have not.
thank you for all you do for young men in this city, and you don't know how that all manifests itself, but how many guys are out there doing great things in the community because they got life lessons through the great game of basketball, and you made it possible. Thank you. Yep. All right. Good luck to Oak Hills tonight, too. I think they're at Hamilton. Yeah, I think they're going to be okay.
And let's get an analysis on this run by Tennyson Holmes. Spins on the first dodge tackle. And is brought down. I'll put him on the 43 and caught by number 3, Trey Lopez. And that'll be another first down.
Good.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you. And Cole Dean keeps it.
Forward progress is going to give him about a 2-yard pickup.
And about a 2-yard pickup for Cole Dean.
Like what they're doing with Cole tonight, good athlete, and they're giving him an opportunity to do that. Now, you might talk about the down and distance there, but the reality of it is that's going to affect the defense. Can't bite. Everything's not going to go to Tennyson Holmes, and at some point that's going to make it easier.
And that'll put the Braves on the 25-yard line. 2nd and 10. Cole Dean in the backfield. 3 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. Drops back, passes it to number 2, Marco Fiore. It's caught, and another touchdown by the senior captain, Marco Fiore.
Great throw right there, led Marco, and the trust is there that Marco's going to go up and make a play. Cole did a great job reading that and making a great throw.
Second touchdown pass of the night.
And this is Cole Dean's 2nd touchdown pass of the night. Great throw to Marco Fiore.
What's funny about that, right before that play as Marco's lining up, first of all, he moves back off the line and stays perfect with extra points. Luke Lundberg now 6 of 6, but Marco moves back off the line and then loses his balance and has to steady himself right before the snap. Didn't hurt him. Got off the ball, got behind the defender, and Coldine did the rest.
And now that'll put the Indian Hill Braves at 23, with Roger Bacon staying still at 7.
Brian, they're looking a lot better tonight than they did last week. Both sides of the ball. I still worry about that interior line.
Now Luke Lundberg will kick off, as you see.
Got those students out there getting in shape.
Oh, yeah.
We're at 24, and we'll see what happens. If the Braves can get this up over 40, start to see the line shrink a little bit out there.
Oh, yeah.
Especially we got a couple of principals, and that could be tough. They look in good shape, though.
And number 9, Zach Coleman will be back to receive.
Isn't that a beautiful
for Roger
background?
Bacon.
Kids are so blessed. They play in a beautiful stadium.
Historic Tomahawk
Well,
Stadium.
and hey, you know, last week we talked about what was going on in Texas, and this week, unfortunately, we're dealing with something similar in the state of Florida, and prayers go out to all those folks. And I know we have grandparents that tune in, and, you know, hopefully those that are down in Florida.
Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe and listen to your local officials, obviously. But our thoughts are with you.
And back to football. It looks like Roger Bacon's in the huddle right now. 1st and 10 ball at the 20-yard line. And we'll see a new quarterback come out for Roger Bacon. We do not have his name on the roster right now. It ends it to Luke Bird. Dodges the tackle, but it's
going to be a holding call coming back.
and the flag's been thrown.
Yeah, it looks like
Looks
Charlie
like-
Lindbergh might have been the aggrieved party there. He's calling for the hold, and this is going to come back.
Holding on Roger Bacon. That'll push them back 5. That'll put them at 2nd and 15.
We happen to have, Jake, let's say a little something about our PA guys. Law and order every time there's a penalty. I mean, we've got some guys that are right on top of it. And they're old enough, they probably got vinyl. They're not even doing that with the phone.
And an overthrown pass from Roger Bacon, incomplete. And it looks like there will be a penalty thrown.
Yeah, good coverage out there by Tennyson Holmes. It looks like the Braves might have hit Bacon's quarterback a little late.
It's because he came straight up at him as opposed to breaking down on him. So when you're standing straight up like that, you can stop, and he didn't stop.
Tonight, youth football night, the cheerleaders have cleared out, and I guess they're all changing, and all the youth cheerleaders sitting in the stands now. Youth football players, must have been 100, 150 kids out
A
here
lot.
tonight. Yeah.
A whole tribe of future Braves football players. Right there we just saw number 53, Mick Oakes at the tackle. And that'll be 2nd down. Ball to 31. Ball to 34. Roger Bacon's got 3 receivers on the right. Drops back, hits it. But is just overthrown.
Yeah, you can see the play calling changing a lot of throwing the ball around, and a totally different team than they were the first 2 weeks without Kiner in that backfield.
They've shifted away from the running game. with him out really hurts the Roger Bacon offense.
Yeah. Well, you know, and you look at them, I mean, athletically, they got a lot of nice receivers. I mean, guys that can run, got a lot of long athletes. It's one of those things, if you don't do it, you know, it's hard, but, you know, you don't know. Maybe having to do some of this might make them a better team long term.
And we'll see 4th down. Roger Bacon looks like they will punt. Back to receive for the Braves. Actually, will they punt?
Yeah, they will. Marco's just going up there to count everybody. I think he's nearsighted. Had to get up there close.
Fiore will be back receiving for the Braves.
Nice adjustment to the ball by the punter.
And looks like the ball will roll. Roger Bacon will have to touch it.
Yeah, good job by Chris Hooten listening to his return man to get out of the way of that ball. If it hits him, it's a live ball and recoverable by Bacon. So Chris Hooten with the heads up and Marco doing a nice job communicating.
And now that'll put the Braves 1st and 10 on the 40. We'll see if the Braves can get another touchdown here.
One guy the Braves are missing tonight is Davis Kleekamp. Davis is being held out tonight. A little injury. It's kind of week to week about his return. Michael Bright getting more snaps on offense.
Goldine drops to hit Marco, but slips right through his fingers. And it looks like it's been caught by number 5, Zach Witten. And now Roger Bacon will take possession of the ball.
Yeah, nice job by Witten adjusting to that ball. A little bit high. Marco went up and had to go off his fingertips. We'll take a look at it here.
Slips right through his fingers and is caught by Zach Witten. Unfortunately, that will put the Braves offense back on the bench. But a run, nice tackle by tribe of Braves.
Yeah, Chris
Second down.
Kugel, 6'1", 220-pound senior with the carry. That's a load, 220 pounds. We don't see that a whole lot in the CHL. Bacon with the game tonight. Again, I think this has been their toughest test so far of the year. But they will play in the coming weeks. McNicholas, Alter, Fenwick, Baden, very physical teams. So,
And Archbishop Alter, the team that gave Indian Hill lots of trouble last year in the playoffs. And we'll see them.
Yeah, Alter, pretty good football team when you don't have to ever pass the football and you still win games.
Yes.
A physical team, really good at deception and counter, and just those guys were terrific. Not the same team, had a lot of guys graduate, and this year they've got a quarterback that can really throw it, but Alter will be good nonetheless. The number 1 Division III team in the area right now.
And whoa, a rough hit by number 53. Mick Oakes, quarterback, took a hard hit, it looks like.
Yeah, the official right there and saw it. Legal hit, good hit. And Mick Oakes is just flying around the field this year, hitting people.
And
Mick listed at 6'4", 230, and I think both those numbers are exactly right.
luckily there will not be another injury.
So the Braves turn it over, but they get it right back, 3 and out. Fiore will be back to receive it, standing at his own 30.
And the punt is not clean. It hits the ground, but it gets off in the air, and it'll go out right on the 30.
Not a bad job there at all. You know, it's funny. I was looking at, talking to Mr. Meacham about the alums. B.J. Sander was a All-American punter at Ohio State. And, of course, we mentioned next week Roger Bacon plays at McNick. That GCL co-ed Two of the best players in the history of the league are punters. And I don't know if they want to call it the 3-and-out league, the league of punters. Imagine that. You're at Southern Cal, and instead of being the school of tailbacks, it's the school of punters, or BYU, not the school of quarterbacks, the school of punters. I don't know how you recruit to that, but the Penn State, not linebacker you, it's punter you. Come here and you'll be a star.
And the ball will be on the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Braves. Cole Dean in the backfield.
And you know what? You'll be a star that can walk when you're 60.
And Tennyson Holmes right up the middle, showing sheer speed. Gets a huge gain for the Braves.
Yeah, it's funny, on the back end of that play we mentioned Chris Kugel, 220-pound senior, and he actually, Tennyson moving sideways, and he was running full speed right at him. Unbelievably, Holmes pops up and Kugel's down, but I think he'll be okay.
Let's take another look at the run. And Tennyson really getting up to speed. You're right at the 50. What makes him good, he's fast and he's strong. And because of that, there was a great block.
Yeah, great job up front. Oaks, Thornton, Hooten. These guys are doing a fantastic job up there.
Not just for blocking for Tennyson, but also protecting the quarterback, which is...
Yeah, Eric Person doing a great job. And, last week, think about that, all those snaps, all those shotgun snaps in the rain, Braves able to handle all of them.
We'll see Cole Dean come back. Oh! But number 8, Jake Spleed, jumps right in front of the ball and intercepts it right from Cole Dean. We'll see Roger Bacon come out with the ball.
Well, 17-point lead, but certainly, turnovers can get you back in the game. Let's see if that Braves defense can get the ball back again. The turnovers tonight so far have not hurt the Braves, but I hate to test that theory for too long.
Yeah. Ball will be on the 37. 1st and 10 for Roger Bacon. And as you said, we have seen a lot of changing possessions throughout the game, lots of interceptions, and
We got some halftime scores for you. Summit is down by 14 against Reading. It's 14.
And we're presenting you some halftime scores. Summit Country Day is down 14-0 at the half against Reading. Very surprising.
Yeah, Summit with some great athletes, but Reading has had a couple of kids come into the school, and
Marymount late in the second quarter is up 31-0 on Schroeder.
And Marymount is up 31-0 at the half. It's Schroeder.
great job by the quarterback to stay in the pocket and hang in there and deliver that ball right off the fingertips, and against great coverage. I mean, that coverage was right there. Back to that Reading Summit game, Johnny Miller, a really good athlete at Reading, good basketball player. Took a little time off, stepped away from the game last year, comes back as quarterback this year, and he's doing a great job. And then some additions to that roster. And Mancini Jackson is good an athlete, I guess, as we've got in the league, in the CHL. So Reading's probably for real.
Number 26 on that, on the run for
Yeah, Keontae Deere.
Keontae Deere with the carry.
Finneytown 0-0 against Cheney first quarter.
Finneytown holding tough with Hughes. I like it. How about Madeira and Woodland?
0-0 against Miami. Will Miami,
And that'll be third down for Roger Bacon. Ball on the 31.
Looks like they're going over that left side
And a
again.
deep pass, but overthrown.
Yep.
And a penalty
That's going to be
on 16. Colin Shaw.
that's got to be offensive.
Holland did not know what he did wrong there, and he didn't look too happy about that. The refs will huddle up and discuss.
Get a replay of that.
Can we get a replay of that?
So when you ask for the replay, you gotta push that. I mean, he's hurting.
Let's take a look at what happened here. I don't. Do you see the penalty?
Well, you know, I'm probably a little biased in as much that's my son. But I think what I saw in that case was I saw Colin, and he's going to get another penalty, throwing the receiver down to the ground. But what I saw in that was he got in front of him and then slowed down, and I think they said he impeded the receiver's progress toward the ball. He's going to come off the field here for a play. We're going to have a personal foul. Got locked up outside with the receiver blocking him and threw him down. So
And another
I
penalty.
think that's one thing carrying over to the next, and just need to settle down and play football.
And what you're talking about earlier, we can hear the Law and Order music.
I'm glad they're doing it both sides. You know,
Yeah.
it's a good idea in both cases. Yeah, that's tough. You know, I don't know, you know, agree or disagree with that first call, but you can't let it carry over to what you're doing afterward.
And now Roger Bacon will take up 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. Number 7, Tyler Bullock, will be in the backfield. Drops back.
Boy.
Oh, with a hard hit.
Turn
The
it
ball's
loose,
in the
turn it
air. But is incomplete. And
I think Bacon receivers on the other side of the field are looking for a penalty there. If you don't turn your head and you run into the receiver, that very well could have been one. Joel Berger, though, down and hurt, and he's grabbing at that clavicle area.
and he
What's
will
going
get
on
up,
there?
but
Or that shoulder. Hate to
runs off the
speculate,
field.
but yeah, Joel in some pain now. Let's hope that isn't serious.
Let's hope the injury count doesn't get any higher for tonight.
Yeah, Shaw back out at the corner, and Joel in there because Colin was out for that play.
We'll see Roger Bacon here. 2nd and 10. Number 26. Tackled by number 16. Colin Shaw redeems himself after a personal foul. So
Yeah, Keontae Deere, the 5'7", 170-pound sophomore, good speed, but never turned that in and tried to get outside. Colin does a nice job, not just with contain, but with the tackle.
it'll be 3rd down for Roger Bacon as number 7 drops back, fakes, pumps, and pumps again, but dodges the tackle.
Oh.
And
Jalen Thornton with the hit from behind. You know, you don't see a guy 235 change direction like that. But Jalen Thornton with just a huge hit. Basically the same size as that quarterback, a little taller, but wow.
Jalen Thornton with multiple offers from Iowa State, University of Kentucky, Marshall, and many more to come.
Don't forget West Virginia.
In West
His
Virginia.
family wouldn't like you to forget West Virginia.
And is even his hometown college, University of Cincinnati.
Right.
So lots of offers for this huge junior defensive player.
Marco Fiore back to receive this punt. I think this is his 10th or 15th or 20th return tonight. Man.
And that'll be a timeout.
He's going to get pretty good at this. So the penalty and all the things that happened there, again, the Braves dodge a bullet. They haven't paid for a turnover. They haven't paid for a penalty yet. We've had one 80-yard run by a great player that just, broke out, and we couldn't contain him.
The Braves defense has been very strong tonight. Has an improvement from last week's against CHCA. But we'll see them keep holding Roger Bacon for 4th down and keep them from punting the ball. Short timeout. 4th down. And Roger Bacon will punt.
Looks like Tennyson Holmes is going to get a chance here.
I didn't think you were 107.
And let's see if Tennyson can make this.
Tennyson really tight up against the line.
And it'll go into the end, almost in the end zone. That was very close by number 12, Ryan Blout. Catching the ball right before it rolled into the end zone.
Yeah, I think Bacon felt like he had possession before he stepped into the end zone. And I think they've called this a touchback. Now they're going to talk about it.
.144 left in the second quarter. Refs still discussing what happened.
Right.
We'll see what they have to say. One ref is pointing, and nothing much giving us any signal here.
Yeah, Bacon players all standing out at the 25, 30-yard line. So looks like this is going to go out to the 20.
And it will be a touchback.
Nice punt, though. Found open
Yes.
space and put a little roll on it.
So the Braves will have it at the 20-yard line. And you can hear the Jeopardy music since the refs took a bit longer than usual to discuss that.
Aren't you glad you and I aren't out there subject to this music? I mean, gosh, Law and Order, Jeopardy. Good
What
grief.
more?
Yeah. It's entertaining, but boy, it's tough to be out there.
And we'll see a change of quarterback, Marco Fiore out there in place of Cole Dean.
Yeah, generally speaking, I mean, Marco can throw it too, so you have to honor that. But generally speaking, when Marco's out there, the Braves are doing a little wildcat. They're doing a little running. But he's out there with Tennyson Holmes. Maybe we've got some zone read or something like that they're going to try. It might not be a bad time to see what you can do in that regard. I'm sure Indian Hill's prepared something for this week along those lines.
We'll see Marco back asking for the ball. Drops back. Looks for number 3, Trey Lopez, but it's no good. And Trey, an incredible sophomore receiver for Indian Hill.
Yeah, you know, Cole did a really nice job earlier in this half of, if you have to make Trey come back for the ball, all it does is separate him from the defender, give him room to make that guy miss, and now you got a kid that can really run with the ball out in open space. The key is just giving him the ball. Make sure you get him the ball.
And we'll see whistles. Whistles have been blown.
Yeah, Bacon calling a timeout. The coaches are actually out on the field, so minute 37, I think they're looking at this and saying, we really don't want another score. 17's bad enough. We'd like to keep this tight.
Yes, and we'll see.
I believe I see, is that 22 standing at like the 32-yard line?
I do see number 22.
Okay, good. So he's up on his feet. And, you know, maybe that's a little more time through halftime and get a little help. And maybe they're looking for him to come back.
We might see him in the second half. We might not. But only time will tell.
Yeah, he's moving around over there.
And as you mentioned, Roger Bacon has shifted away from the running game after Corey Kugel has, since he's gotten hurt.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a great job by the coaching staff to kind of look to their strengths, and they do have a lot of athletic kids out on the edge, but obviously it's tough to make an adjustment and become something you haven't been the first 2 weeks in the third week without what I would imagine most people would consider to be their best player.
And the ball will still be on the 20. felt like eternity since we've had some action. Marco Fiore will be in the back with Tennyson on his right. And keeps it for himself as he runs, but the flag has been thrown.
I think that's coming back for a hold.
And
Yeah, generally in the area holding. So we'll see what the call is. That's exactly what it is, and the Braves will.
And the tackle on
backed
that
up.
play is number 56, James Thompson. And it looks like everybody's starting to walk back.
You know, it's interesting. A funny game, isn't it? I mean, you've got a 17-point lead. Beautiful weather conditions.
Compared to
but
last week.
And last week you play a much cleaner game. Didn't have the turnovers, didn't have the penalties, had horrible weather conditions to work in, and played pretty well, really. A tight game against a really good team. And this week making a lot of mistakes, and still with a commanding lead here in the second quarter.
And the ball on the 11-yard line. Tennyson will take it up the middle, where he shines the best, but is brought down.
Yeah, Tennyson doing a great job of accelerating.
15 on that.
Tennyson running hard.
And Tennyson got a pickup of 15 on that run. And we'll see Marco take it for himself.
Another hold right there.
Another flag.
Yeah, you know, I think with the line, too, knowing who it is that you're blocking for. You know, if Cole's back there throwing it, you want to protect him, don't want him to get hit, don't want him to get dirty, that's one thing. If you got Marco running with the ball, not really a reason for a hold in that area. Let him make a play. Let him avoid a tackle. Let him beat somebody athletically. And that's just, you know, part of that changeup that they're doing right now. Different
And-
personnel, you have different needs.
And after a long time of penalties, we will now bring out fourth down. And it looks like the Braves will punt.
Yeah, Braves going to let this clock run down a little bit. Just under a minute right now, and we're going to have a stoppage. Looks like Bacon took a timeout. Good idea there. They've got a chance to get the ball back even on their side of the field, or on the Indian Hill side of the field with almost a minute, see if they can get some points. Good job of taking a timeout there. Braves were content to let that thing run. Yeah, at the half we'll try to get an update on Corey Kiner, but visibly, you know, from what we can see here, looking across the field, looks happy to report that it looks like he's up and moving around. I don't know if he's in playing condition, but that's okay. I mean, he can walk around and he can do the things he needs to do in life. Hopefully he'll be back on the field as well.
We all hope so, as number 8, Jake Speed will be back. Number 9, Zach Coleman will be back.
One thing keep in mind, when Marco rolls out and does a rugby kick, well, it won't matter now.
Marco loses it and tries to punt it.
Great job by Marco Fiore.
And Troy Lopez will touch the ball.
I was going to say, you know, given that they only needed 6 yards or so, it's always a possibility that Marco sees it and knows he can get it to take that chance.
And you can hear the crowd clapping for Marco with that incredible athleticism.
But how about that, to go back and pick that ball up and have the poise to just pick it up and get rid of it, and you know, puts Bacon all the way back at the 45-yard line.
Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, you know, we're talking about the possibilities there. That all goes out the window with the bad snap. But Marco goes back, fields it
Gets
like
it
a
and
shortstop
punts it.
and gets rid of it. Phenomenal. You know, the Braves have been blessed last few years. That goes incomplete, but I think we're going to have an interference penalty.
Penalties, turnovers, interceptions. A sloppy game tonight, for sure.
Well,
We'll see Roger Bacon take some steps forward. It looks like it's going to be on the Braves.
wow. Not sure what that was, but I know we knocked a receiver down. That much I saw. Didn't get an official call. I didn't see a signal from the ref, but we did knock somebody down that was in a pass route.
Ball on the 43. 1st and 10. Pass to number 2, Zuri Edmondson.
Nice job getting out of bounds with 30 seconds, but the truth is he had some room on that sideline. They had one guy to beat. But Braves been fortunate last few years to have really athletic punters. Nick Heidel, now Marco Fiore, and gosh, you know, you think about the value of that on plays like that. And also, you know, when you get an opportunity to convert a 4th down out of a punting formation, Braves been very fortunate. That'll come up the rest of the year, no question, with Marco Fiore back there.
And we'll see number 7 drop back, looking for number 4, Logan Wolf. But it looks like the ball's been down.
Yep. Looks like he gave it up at the end of that run, but Bacon there to recover it. Clock is stopped for the moving of the chains, but it'll start up here in a second.
And
24 seconds left, and the ball at the 20.
And it'll be a 1st down for Roger Bacon. Clock has started. Ball on the 20.
So we're going to have just under 20 seconds left, and Bacon at the 20-yard line. Not sure about their kicker, but this is, again, one of those cases where for Indian Hill, if they had, you know, if Bacon has a kicker like Luke Lundberg, you know, you got points on the board right now. Not sure what their situation is, but
we'll see Tyler Bullock
we'll see.
Back in the backfield, drops back. Look for number 2, Zuri, but is almost caught.
Colin Shaw with an opportunity there. Also had a receiver running at him now, changing from offense to defense, and tough play right there. Almost made it.
And the ball will still be on the 20. Hurry up offense. 3rd down.
Time for a couple more plays, assuming they don't get tackled on the field.
And Tyler Bullock drops back, but is sacked. The leading tackler, number 52, Jalen Thornton.
Yeah, that's going to take us to the end of the half. So Spartans with an opportunity to score there and don't capitalize on it. Let's see if that's important as we go to the second half later in
And
this
at the
game.
end of the second half, Indian Hill Braves 24, Roger Bacon Spartans 7, and we will be back after the half.
From the IHTN studios, it's Braves Beat.
Hello, Indian Hill, and welcome to Braves Beat. I'm Dakota Condor.
And I'm Kyle McSorley.
So, Kyle, do you have anyone in mind for a special Old People Day?
Isn't it just Special Persons Day?
That's what I said. So, do you have anyone in mind for it?
Yes, I'm planning to bring in my grandpa, but I haven't given him the letter yet.
Well, neither have I, but there's still time to turn it in.
To elaborate, on Friday, seniors need to bring your special person for a delicious morning breakfast, a beautiful concert from the school's music program, and a speech from our very own Dr. Miles.
It's going to be a great time for the spirit-filled seniors, so don't forget to invite your special person.
Another message for the seniors. Isn't there supposed to be another picture for this? Thank you. It's about time that you start thinking about your senior pictures. Put your teeth in, smile, and submit to the office. It's not due until March, but unless you want a picture with bare trees, take your senior pics soon. Winter is coming, after all.
Booster badges tonight from 5:30 to 7:30. Be sure to come and support our teams. There'll be face paints, still walkers, ballooners, and even jugglers. If this doesn't satisfy you, then how about pizzas, snacks, or drinks before the game? Make sure to stop by before the football team takes on Roger Bacon at 7 p.m.
We have another booster bash, but with another kind of football. Next Wednesday and Thursday, we will have a soccer booster bash. These events are both nights, and you'll be treated to food from Texas Jones and Marty's Waffles from 6 to 7. And you'll also have the opportunity to meet players from the FC Cincinnati. So bring your family soccer enthusiasts. And if you want to dream for professionalism, they'll have a chance to meet their future coaches.
This Labor Day weekend, the Braves marching band traveled to Lincoln Airport and to meet a group of veterans who are coming to Cincinnati with the USO. The band really enjoyed the performance and thought it was a great way to contribute meaningfully to the USO. Great job, Braves!
Our Braves football team played on Friday, and even though we lost, we put up a good fight. Thanks to all the Braves who came out to support us in the team, even in the rain. Check out this clip for a couple of highlights from the game.
Let's take a look at this display. Go ahead.
So you'll see some penetration. It flushes Danaski out to the left side, and you see number 53.
Prather and Edmonds still running around over there, and that's a handful. How about Marco Fiore extending right at the end for the pylon?
On Tuesday, the Indian Hill boys soccer team beat Reading 6-1 in their first win of the season. Great job out there, boys.
The girls' soccer team also played Reading on Wednesday. Let's look at how it went.
Hey guys, I'm at the girls' soccer game. It's halftime, and check out the student section right here. It's great. Just kidding. It's not good. You should be here. Everyone should be here. Look at the scoreboard. It's 5-1 at the half. They're doing. Soccer team captain. He's clearly dressed for this occasion. Who is your favorite player on the team?
Gotta go with number 18, Allie Ponton.
Who's your favorite player on the team?
I'm gonna have to go with probably Ellie Pottigil.
Really?
Whoa, what was that? What was that? Ellie Pottigil. We got beef?
How do you guys feel?
Thanks, Emily. To conclude, our news will be talking about Hurricane Harvey and how our Braves can support it. The student government is working on a service project to help the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Donations will be done through Matthew 25's ministry, and students will donate money through their homeroom via jars.
That's all for this week. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, like our Brave Speed Facebook page, subscribe to us on YouTube, and email us with any school updates. And as always,
stay classy, Indian Hill.
Hopping, hopping all around. Hopping, hopping, hopping. Hopping any way you please. But stop when I say freeze. Everybody, get ready to skip. Skipping, skipping all around. Skipping, skipping, skipping. Skipping any way you please. But stop when I say freeze. Everybody, get ready to twirl. Twirling, twirling all around. Twirling, twirling, twirling. Twirling any way you please. But stop when I say everybody, get ready to dance! Dancing, dancing all around. Dancing, dancing, dancing. Dancing any way you please. But stop when I say freeze!
Tennyson Helms on his right. Goldine drops back, looks for number 3, Trey Lopez.
He's doing great.
Grow up to the University of Georgia.
And welcome back to the second half of the Indian Hill Roger Viking game. I'm Jake Summerall, and I'm joined by...
Do you know my name? Brian Shaw.
And in the second half, we will see if number 22, Corey Keener, will come back, because Roger Bacon has shifted away from the running game in the first half after he got hurt.
Yeah, we were asking around down in the press box, with the coaches that are filming, and nobody seemed to know exactly what was going on. Ankle is what they said the issue was, and did see him, though, out at the half running, which is great news for him. Now, whether he plays in the game or not, don't know, but he'll be able to do the daily activities, which is great, and he'll be back soon enough, I'm sure.
And Indian Hill up 24-7. What more do you think we could see out of this game? Do you think we could see another comeback?
Clean it up. I think if you're the Braves right now, you're looking at it and you're saying that's great. I mean, we've only given up 7 points. They all came on one big play. But I think what's got to bother him, from a coaching perspective, is just how many mistakes they've made. A lot of penalties, turnovers. It's kind of thing if Corey Kiner is healthy, or if they're playing CHCA or they're playing Wyoming, you're in trouble playing a game like that. So I think for the Braves, second half, come out, clean it up, establish the things that you do well, mix up the play calling, move the ball down the field, get off the field defensively. They've done a great job defensively. Continue to do that, but I think for the Braves, just clean it up and play the game and respect the game. And I think right now, just too many penalties, too many turnovers.
And 53 seconds left of halftime, and we'll see the Braves and Roger Bacon get in their huddles and discuss their game plan for the second half.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll see Bacon come out and do what they do. They really had kind of an identity crisis when their best player went out of the game. Understandable and commendable, the job that they were able to do to change gears like that. But hopefully they'll have all their pieces and they'll come out and they'll show us what Roger Bacon football is here in the second half.
And it looks like the Braves will receive in the backfield for Indian Hill. We'll see Trey Lopez, Marco Fiore.
Hey, some CHL scores from the half. Looks like pretty much across the board, everybody's either tied or winning. Madeira was up on Woodward. We had Mason and Sycamore. Sure, Sycamore up on Mason. That's good. Hey, a lot of friends over there. The Goodyears and the Kellys. Hopefully they're all doing well over there at
What we were talking about at halftime, Summit Country Day was still down 14-0 against Reading at half.
Yeah, how about that?
That surprised us.
And I think it's going to carry over for Reading. I think they're going to have a good year in a lot of regards. I think their basketball is going to be good. Transfer from Purcell coming in that can really play, can really help them. I think they're going to be really good. It's going to be a good year to be a senior at Reading.
With that new high school being built as we speak right now, will make it a very good place for recruits and people who are willing to transfer. So Brian, what adjustments do you think Roger Bacon needs to make to be successful in the second half?
Well, like to see them get back to doing what they do. The first two games, they ran it about 3 times as often as they threw it. They have 4 different formations. They have a spread, they have a trips, they have a bunch, they have an empty backfield. Like to see them just go back to doing things the way they do them. Even if the personnel changes, I know Corey Kiner's a great back. They've got other guys, though, that are good athletes. So I'd like to just see them be themselves.
And Tennyson Holmes with the run, converts a first down.
Tennyson continues to hit the hole and just go full speed, doesn't he?
And that seems to be a weakness for Roger Bacon, as the middle has been a high route for Tennyson.
Yeah, not a real big team, a good team side to side, sideline to sideline, but not a good team vertically, and not a big team, somebody I think the Braves can run against. We said it at the top, and I think we've seen it all night.
And we'll see Cole Dean in the backfield for the Braves with Tennyson Holmes on his left. 2 receivers on each side. Gives it off to Tennyson and up the middle again. But he's dodged a few tackles right there, but
Picks up about a yard.
Picks up only about a yard.
Yeah, Tennyson working awfully hard for that yard.
And
nice job.
And the chains will be moved 10 more yards with the ball on the 49-yard line. We'll see Cole Dean in the backfield asking for the ball, and he steps back, looks immediately to Marco, and converts on the first down.
Yeah, Braves fortunate to have a lot of good athletes that are real difficulty for defensive backs in one-on-one matchups.
I'm sorry, that was Alex Lindbergh on the first down.
Alex Lindbergh, Trey Lopez, Marco Fiore, Colin Shaw, Joel Berger, Michael Brait. A lot of guys that are tough to tackle in space.
And also very quick too. We'll see John Mark Williams.
Good to see John Mark get clean handoffs and a little room to operate. Last week seemed like every time he touched the ball against CHCA, there was somebody in his face. John Mark doing a nice job. Just needs a little bit of room to get going.
I'll see the offensive line has made some improvements since last week, making some space for Tennyson and also John Mark on that play. We'll see Coldine in the back handing off to Tennyson. Goes to the side.
Braves doing a good job running the ball and mixing it up. I mean, right now, if you're Roger Bacon, kind of on your heels a little bit as a defense, because out of that same formation, they got a lot of different things they can do.
Hopefully Indian Hill doesn't tire out the chain gang. And so we'll see Coldine in the back. Ask for the ball, but there's a flag. And it looks like it might have been.
Yeah, that hard count finally got to Bacon. They've done a nice job all night staying disciplined, watching the ball. That particular play, they're listening to Coldine's voice.
And the Braves will have it on the 21-yard line. And it'll be first down. And Cole has 3 receivers on his right and 1 on his left. But looks, and it looks like that was Colin Shaw on the catch.
Yeah, nice job catching the ball away from his body, coming back to the quarterback to get that. Coldine doing a good job keeping the play alive, escaping pressure. Good pitch and catch by the Braves. And not bad defense, good pressure on the quarterback and good coverage.
The Braves will have it on the 19-yard line, second down. Coldine drops back, looks, and that's a touchdown.
I think Trey Lopez.
And that's Trey Lopez's second touchdown of the night. Let's see a replay on that. And Trey looks rather pumped up on the sideline. You see Coldine drop back. Trey's got a nice powers through that last defender and into the touchdown.
Yeah, Braves doing a nice job with 2 routes in the same general area, but pulling the safety up on the underneath route, allowing for Trey to beat his man one-on-one into the end zone. And a nice throw by Coldine.
And Luke Blumberg, PAT is up and good, and brings the score to 31.
Yeah, sometimes you don't like those receivers that close to each other, but that actually worked really well. They were just far enough spaced apart to get that safety to have to commit.
Now, Brian, what do you think Roger Bacon's mindset should be going in a big hole?
Well, you know, you can't get 24 back with 1 possession. And in all honesty, I mean, given the way Indian Hill's moving the ball, I'm not sure you're going to get all 24 back right now in this game at all. Having said that, again, go back to doing the things that you do well. You know, don't try to be something you're not. I know they were dealt a tough hand by losing Corey Kiner, but, you know, go back to running the football and the same kind of play calling that's had been very successful the first 2 weeks. You know, the first game of the season, that win at Reading, now that we see what Reading is doing tonight against Summit, gives you an appreciation for just how good this Bacon football team is. They went to Reading, beat them by 8, and Reading tonight beating Summit by a couple of touchdowns.
We'll see Luke Lumberg kick off, and it's just like you said, back in the left corner of the end zone.
Yeah, you know, you're either going to get the ball at the 20 or you're going to get it at the, what is it, the 35 or 40 if it goes out of bounds. Pretty much no in between, but the great thing is you don't have anything broken, you don't have any special teams errors. Very nice.
And with Luke Lumberg's touchback, it'll put Roger Bacon on the 20-yard line. First down, 1st and 10.
Very consistent, isn't he?
Yes. And we'll see Tyler Bullock in the backfield. Hands it off to Corey Kiner. He was back in action.
That's great to see.
In his first drive, he gained some good yards.
He looks like he's back, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
That's great.
He looks healthy. Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, you know, and he's a great back, but great backs need blocks, and he got him. Nice seal there by number 11. And, you know, hey, if it's not Corey Kiner, it's going to be somebody else on that team. They just do that really well. Like to see him continue it. Again, can't get 24 of them back here all at once.
And as you see, with Corey back in, they have really favored the running game. Sort of faded away from the passing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, you know, I mean, I don't mean to act as if this game's over. It's by no stretch over.
No.
Still an active game, competitive game. But this will open up other things too, right? This will open up the passing game, and it'll make them better as they go into the weeks that are to come. Next week against McNick, that's a very winnable game for them.
Randy Bullock drops back. Gives it to number 11. Chris Kugley running the sideline, but cannot be tackled. And a touchdown.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? I mean, you know, you run the ball successfully, and what's it do to set up the other parts of your game?
Let's see what happened here.
Similar route to one that CHCA ran against us.
Yes, they really favored the sideline.
Kind of gets lost there in the line, and nice job of running with the ball once he gets a full head of steam.
Oh, and really quick, Indian Hill just blocked the field goal from Roger Bacon. It looks like Michael Bright. Michael Bright with the blocked field goal.
Let's see what happened, how Michael was able to get in and get his hands on the ball. This comes right off the edge, and
right.
That's
and
just...
nobody was there to really block him either.
No, didn't get chipped. Didn't get chipped.
Clean block.
And a little faster than the snap and the hold, right?
Now with Corey Kiner back in, what do you think Indian Hill has to make as an adjustment to him being back in, since he's broken a lot of tackles already?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think hopefully, you know, the guys didn't let up when he went out. You know, you have to account for him, but you can't put everything on him. He sets up a lot of things for other players, as we saw on that drive.
Here we
Trey
go.
Lopez out there again doing his thing.
Gains a ton of yardage. Indian Hill, Trey Lopez has played an incredible game so far, and we will see him throughout this game.
Really love what the coaches are doing for Indian Hill. They're putting him at that part of the field in the event that the ball doesn't go deep, and getting him an opportunity to do the things that he does. Just an incredibly agile kid, natural runner, and when he's in space, really hard to tackle, very elusive.
Cole Dean in the backfield asking for the ball, gives it to Tennyson, fakes, but he lost some yardage on that play.
You know, I'm an Indian Hill dad, but at the same time, I look at what's going on here in the sideline. The Bacon kids that were down at the half, they get some success, they come back. Nice play to open up defensively here, and I like to see these guys enthused. And looks like Bacon's got a little spring in their step now.
Indian Hill could not back down. They've got to keep going at Roger Bacon, or else this game could really easily turn quickly. With Roger Bacon's momentum, and Colding asking for the ball, drops back, and looks one-on-one coverage. But it's caught by Trey Lopez with an incredible catch.
Yeah, I think that might have been Marco. Take a look at that again. I think.
Let's take a look at that. Goldine drops back with the pass. That looks like...
Yeah, I think that was number 2, Marco Fiore. But nonetheless...
Number 9, Alex
number 9.
Lindbergh with
Sorry
the
about
reception,
that.
and Tennyson Holmes
Sorry.
tackle at the 10-yard line. That will make it first and goal.
Yeah, sorry to Alex Lindbergh for that, but Cole Dean doing a great job of putting the ball up. He's got athletes, let him make plays. Nobody's ever completely open, right?
Yeah.
So it was the time to let it go, and hats off to Cole.
And that was great one-on-one coverage.
Yeah. It's hard to cover, look back for the ball, and actually make a play on it.
We'll see Cole Dean with 3 receivers on his right, 1 on his left, and looks for the one on his left. Number 16, Colin Shaw, with the touchdown, but a flag has been thrown.
Yeah, once again, composure. Yeah. Nice job, tough ball to defend here. Well, we're going to look at the run here before the touchdown. More great running by the Braves, which really has set up their passing game. Great balance once again for the Braves tonight. They've had it all season. The flag, obviously a celebration after the catch for the touchdown.
But we'll see the Braves come back out and see if they can redeem themselves.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be assessed on the kickoff.
Second down for the Braves. The PAT's up, and it is good. Luke Lumberg continuing his streak.
Yeah, Luke's going to be kicking from a little further back. Here's a slant in, tough ball to cover. Nice job making a great throw. Very good catch by Colin. Penalty afterward.
And the penalty on Colin Shaw will most likely be deducted from the kickoff for the Braves.
Right. See how this looks when we don't have an automatic touchback. Not used to seeing this, but.
So Luke Lumberg will have to kick a bit closer.
Yeah, looks like he's going to walk it off right now. That's going to take us all the way back, I think, to the 25-yard line.
So Luke Lumberg will really have to use his iron leg to get it back where he likes it to be, in the left corner of the end zone.
Yeah. So we're going to have a return unless the ball is out of bounds, which I don't think it's going to be. We're going to have a return here.
Luke Lumberg, a great kicker for the Indian Hill. Also is a star soccer player. We'll see him here.
So this ball's going to go from the 25, see where he can put it.
And it goes out at right about the 20. But a flag has been thrown.
So Bacon's going to get better field position than they've had after kickoffs due to the penalty that we had earlier.
We're looking what the call is.
9-0 third quarter. Madeira is up over Woodward.
And some scores throughout the CHL. Madeira is up 9-0 in the third quarter against Woodward.
Mariemont's up 45-0.
And Mariemont is up 45-0 against Schroeder. And also Taylor is trailing Norwood 44-0 in the fourth quarter. Could we take a look at the Summit game in Reading?
Reading's still up 14-0.
And Reading is still up 14-0 in the third quarter, so.
Good night for the CHL.
Yes. Indeed.
Great night. Yeah, except for Taylor. They'll be back. They've got a good group. They've got a really good group coming.
And we'll see Roger Bacon take it at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, so they get to start at their own 50 based on the penalty in the end zone. See if that comes back. You know, so far the Braves have dodged a number of penalties, a number of turnovers. See if they can continue.
And we'll see Corey Kiner with a gain of a yard on that play. And he has showed us how well he can run in this game so far. We'll see number 7, Tyler Bullock in the backfield, handing off to Corey Kiner. Dodges another tackle. He is quick. Tackled by Michael Bright. And it looks like it's going to be right at the 40-yard line.
Tennyson Holmes on the stop. 3rd and short.
And Bullock in the backfield with Kiner on his right, on his left. We'll see him go into a pass, but it's dropped by number 9, Zach Coleman.
Interesting to see this day and age where everything is in the shotgun. You know, everything's off the line of scrimmage. You got a quarterback that weighs 235 pounds.
Yeah.
And he's about a half a yard from a first down. First, you don't go under center and just move the pile, but then you throw it on top of that. Interesting play call.
And that'll be 4th down for Roger Bacon, and they will go for it. And he's going to pitch to the left with Kiner, but he's running back. Favors the sideline, and it's no good.
Tough situation for Kiner there to get the ball with what appeared to be a broken play, at least a poorly timed
And it
play.
looks like Corey Kiner is still grabbing that right knee, which gave him some problems back in the first half.
Yeah, not sure what part of the leg we're dealing with here or if it's the same thing, but obviously Corey down once again. Yeah, that was a really odd 3rd and 4th down. The play calling on 3rd down. Of course, the coaches are there all week. We're not. They know what they're doing. But, you know, then we get to 4th down, and the play just didn't look right. Looked like the timing was off on that, and really a tough spot for Corey Kiner to be in. Had maybe 5 or 6 Braves chasing him as he was 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And we'll see him still laying down. All the coaches are huddling around. Looks to be their most valuable player so far. And
amazing, though, isn't it, the difference that in this game with him in the game and with him out of the game? Again, if you're Bacon, you know, admittedly, great player, but you'd like to not have that kind of gap. You'd like to continue to do the things you do. You've got other guys that are good players and, you know, come in and stay true to what you do.
And also not be
Keontae
as
Deere.
reliant.
Yeah, Keontae Deere is a good player and capable of carrying the ball. They block really well, and it's a team effort. So hopefully, if he does not come back for the next series, Bacon will stay true to what they do.
We'll see Corey get helped up again by 2 people.
So Braves once again dodge a situation where we've got our kicker kicking from the 25, putting him in a tight spot. They get the ball at the 50 and don't get the first down, and the Braves get the ball back.
So the ball will be on the 47-yard line.
I guess they call that living right.
Yep. And we'll see Coldine in the backfield with Tennyson on his right. 2 receivers on each side. He's asking for the ball, gives it up to Tennyson. But about a loss of a yard for the Braves.
Yeah, Braves continue good balance. Really hard to predict what they're going to do down in distance. Again, coming into the game, the Braves at about a 60-40 pass to run. And Braves have done a great job running the ball tonight.
And it looks like the Braves will go with the same formation as the previous play. Goldine pointing, asking for the ball, drops back, looks for 16 or number 2, but a great catch by Marco Fiore.
Yeah.
And the defense and the defensive backs are just in shock on that catch.
Yeah, Marco just sticks that left hand out and pins the ball to his body. Got a little hitch in the giddy up. I think he's going to be okay. But that penalty, which was defensive holding, is going to be declined.
Let's take a look at that catch. That was a great catch. put that on his huddle highlight reel. Goldine drops back, throws. We'll see him just reach out one arm.
Jake, once again, though, looking at the beginning of that play, the time that Coleman has and the ability to step into the throw, the offensive line just doing a tremendous job.
The offensive line for Indian Hill has done great tonight. We'll see Coleman hand it off to Tennyson, favoring that up the middle route. Spins and gains some good yardage for the Braves.
What a great job by Joe Oakes to pull out and get the kick block on that. That line has just been tremendous tonight. I mean, there's a reason why you're able to run the ball and throw the ball, and that's because those guys up front have just made everything possible.
And the Braves will have it on the 17-yard line. Second down. 2nd and 2. And Coldine's pass is incomplete.
Yeah, Cole with a little pressure, had to reload and get rid of that ball. But the nice thing he did, I thought, was when he did let go of it, put it to the outside of the field to avoid any possibility of a turnover. Either his receiver was going to adjust and get the ball, or it was going to be incomplete.
And the Braves, 3-3. 3-1. So this is tight. Marcafiore pass to Colin Shaw.
Yeah, nice job by the Braves to get the quick pass for the first down and keep the chains moving.
Some good yardage, and now the Braves will have it 1st and goal.
Coldine doing a really nice job on that to get rid of it quick and give the receiver the ball in a place where he could catch it and then do something with it and run for that first down.
1st and 10. Tennyson Holmes fakes. Coldine with the end zone, and it's good.
Yeah, we're going to get a hold
but
out there.
There is
on
a
the
flag.
Yeah, receiver out, got a hold of the jersey, and it's a holding call.
And it might be there's probably an illegal block, and as you hear, the Law and Order music is back again.
Yeah, you can't hold out there, especially when they're going to call that every time. It was so visible. Sure. Let's look out here. Colin Shaw trying to help his quarterback get into the end zone. Gets his hands on the jersey.
That was a
and
good
we'll
fake.
see it here. It actually spins the corner around. Puts his hands up and says, "I didn't do it." Referee says, "Not so fast."
And the Braves will have it on the 14. 1st down. Trey Lopez in motion. He's got the ball.
Oh.
He's scrambling, but it's good. Another touchdown by Trey Lopez. He has had a hell of a game.
Well, it's been the theme of the night, hasn't it? I mean, two things. One, Trey Lopez in space. The Braves will run a jet sweep for the last couple of years. It's one of the rare times we see a guy really break free and take it in for the touchdown. Second thing is we have a penalty, 10-yard penalty that backs us up. No problem. Turnovers, penalties, it's all good tonight for the Braves.
And Trey Lopez just showing how fast he is and how he can really weave through all the defenders.
Yeah, just really elusive, very fluid motion.
Luke Lumberg continuing his streak. And that makes it 44-13, Indian Hill on top.
Well, you almost take it for granted, don't you? You know, I mean, but it's something that's hard to do. The snap, the hold, the kick. Braves are perfect on the year.
And the bell is ringing right now here at Tomahawk Stadium. And now the students file down for their push-ups.
I'm getting a little harder. They're looking up and saying 45. What?
You're starting to sweat now.
Yeah.
You see them filing down.
I think these guys are looking for a sustained drive by Roger Bacon. Please give us just some time here to recover.
Football team showing the student section no mercy.
No.
They're going down.
I see. It's a
They're
team
doing the
effort
wave.
now. Yeah, it's a team effort now. We're not all doing 45. I like it.
And the Braves will now, Luke Lumberg specifically, will now kick off at the 40-yard line. It's much easier for him than the 35.
Just missed it.
And another flag. You think Luke Lumberg's getting tired? Kicking all these field goals?
Yeah, he might be. He might be.
He doesn't look too happy, but he's had a great night otherwise.
He sure has.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
it's a real asset. A lot of good things for the Braves. I mean, they've got a lot of good parts to their team. You know, their offensive line has played really well, and they got good numbers in that regard. You know, their front is making tackles tonight, and
We'll
you know,
see.
good athletes on the back end too. So, a lot of good things going for the Braves.
We'll see Coach Arcuri giving some advice to the kicker.
Marco Fiore making a nice play as a punter.
The Indian Hill defense is out on the field right now.
Point differential. We are now
And Tyler Bullock with the pass to Chris Kugley on the gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
Couldn't see that jersey. Was that Trey or was that who was it that made the tackle? What I do know is he was giving up about 40 pounds and still able to do a great job.
And as you can see, we do not see.
Yeah, Keontae Deere in the backfield, more than capable carrying the ball.
We'll see a good pass by Tyler Bullock. But otherwise, Corey Keener is still on the sideline, and he is not in action as of right now.
Yeah, down 32, second time he's been out tonight. Might be a good time to shut it down. Too valuable to the team going forward.
Roger Bacon's got 3 receivers on the right and 1 on the left. Looking. He's gotten some pressure, but he decides to run. And just a tribe of Braves bring him down for a gain about a yard. Ball on the 49.
We're winding it down under a minute here in the third quarter. We turn into that fourth quarter, might be an opportunity to get some guys in the game,
and we most likely will see some new faces off the Indian Hill bench and Roger Bacon bench.
Yeah.
Since this game is, since the score is stretched so far.
Yeah, see what happens.
Nearing the end of the third quarter. Clock is still running. And it looks like the clock will wind down. In the end of the third quarter, Indian Hill on top 45, Roger Bacon 13.
You know, thinking about Bacon, thinking about some of the guys that have gone to Roger Bacon, which opened back in the 20s and became in the 80s co-ed. They started having boys and girls go to school. A couple of athletes that that are of particular note. Milt Stiegler, great football player, is actually in the Canadian Football League Hall of Fame as a Roger Bacon grad. B.J. Sander, I think we mentioned with Alex Meacham earlier, a punter that was an All-American punter at Ohio State. And then another guy who graduated in the mid-'80s from Roger Bacon High School, pitched for the Cleveland Indians by the name of Tommy Kramer.
Yes.
And this is kind of a little-known fact about Tommy Kramer, who went 7-3 in 1993, was, I think, a better pitcher than Mark Clark, but Mark Clark got the number 4 job when the Indians moved into Jacobs Field. Finish this in a second.
And blocked pass to number 4, Logan Wolf.
Tommy
first
Kramer
down.
in May of 1993 actually had a one-hitter. You know, you might not know these names, but you might. Against the Texas Rangers. First of all, he beat Kevin Brown, who was a great pitcher. But on that night, had nearly a perfect game, only faced 28 hitters against the likes of Jose Canseco, Rafael Palmero, Juan Gonzalez, Dean Palmer, Ivan Rodriguez, and Julio Franco. Julio Franco touched him up for a home run in the first inning, then got everybody else out, only faced 28 batters.
As you see, we missed a play here, but John Mark Williams with a pretty good hit on the quarterback,
Pressure
Tyler
coming
Bullock.
from every direction on that one, wasn't it?
And now that'll be a loss of a few yards, so that's second and 14. Bullock drops back, looks but is overthrown, and an incomplete pass.
Both pass balls incomplete. Third down.
Lodge Bacon will have it on the 41. Third down. The receivers to the left, looks, but is brought down again.
Yeah, it looks like Jalen Thornton with the sack.
And indeed it is, Jalen Thornton.
Braves right now getting healthy on the stats side of things. I think these D linemen and linebackers looking for an opportunity to sack the quarterback, and of course the DBs looking for that ball to go up in the air and see if they can get an interception.
And Roger Bacon will now bring out the punting
It's
squad.
like Trey Lopez is back there, so get ready for some excitement.
And we'll see if Trey Lopez can run the football a little bit. And he catches it. Not
Love
much of a gain, but
You know, just the fact that he caught it, one, and you think about the yardage that saved us, you know, probably 15 yards just by him coming up and catching it. But second, how about him not calling for the fair catch in traffic and trying to make a play? And that's, I guess, what makes him good. Nice job.
I'm out on the field.
and some scores from around the league. Taylor's still down 0-44 against Norwood in the fourth quarter. Let's take a look at the Madeira game. Madeira is still up by 9-0 against Woodward in the third quarter.
On the carry.
And Marymount is dominating Schroeder 45-0 nearing the end of the fourth quarter. And Sycamore is up against Mason 19-0 in the first quarter. And let's look at that Reading game. Reading is still on top against Summit in the third quarter.
Hey, Rob, how's that Elder game going with Gahanna Lincoln?
And Elder and Gahanna Lincoln are both tied 20-20 in the third quarter.
Might be the game of the night in the state of Ohio. Some good athletes.
Is that played at the Pit tonight?
No, that's up there.
Oh.
Had to travel up near Columbus.
Later towards the game, we'll provide you with more scores from around the league.
I think Moeller down at Scott County in Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah, Moeller is up 31-14 in the third quarter.
Better game than I would have thought.
Withrow High School down 15-26 against Northwest in the fourth quarter. And Fairfield and Lakota West. Fairfield on top 10-3 in the fourth.
I tell you what, that's a dimension right there, what we just saw with Cole Dean doing a nice job on the run and putting that ball out in front of Tennyson Holmes, almost a completion there, but Braves got a lot of weapons.
And another
the
score.
quarterback being mobile and able to throw on the run, that's a big deal.
Bishop Fenwick down 20-49 against Lebanon in the fourth quarter.
Hey, Rob, how's New Richmond doing tonight? Braves with what I think is going to prove to be a really good win. Yeah, New Richmond up 42-14 over Monroe in the fourth quarter. New Richmond has not lost since they played us in week 1. And solid football team. That's going to, I think, prove to be a big win for the Braves against a Division III team.
Logan Person with a bunt. Indian Hill out past the 50-yard line.
And Rob, what do you think, or Brian, what do you think some of the main things we'll see in tomorrow's matchup between CHCA and Wyoming?
Well, I guess, in part, CHC has played us, and we saw what they are against good competition. And they've also played, I think, Fenwick in week 1. So CHCA, we know what they are. They've played good competition. Wyoming with North College Hill week 1, and I'm not sure, I forget who it was week 2. I think we're going to find out a lot about Wyoming, both good teams. And the thing that I guess impresses me so much about Wyoming is everybody doing something. Evan Prather's a tremendous athlete. Joey Edmonds picking up where his brother left off, tremendous athlete. And that Wyoming tradition, they're always going to have numbers, they're always going to have good athletes. But they get a chance to now play a team that's on that level at CHCA. So it should be a tremendous night to kind of look for both teams to find out what they are.
Indeed, and when you see Bullock gives it to number 2, Zuri Edmondson again with the carry. First down.
William Kleekamp with the tackle. He's your age, isn't he?
He's a grade below me.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Young guy.
The freshman.
He's the freshman. Wow. How about that? He's had a big role so far early in this year. Both sides of the ball. Noticed he was in on offense last week and was one of the leading tacklers through the first 2 weeks of the season.
I see Bullock. Shotgun with 2 receivers on his right, one on his left, but favors the left. But number 9, Zach Coleman with the touchdown.
Nice job by Bullock to stay in there. John Mark Williams did a great job applying pressure. But the Braves give it up on the back end, and
Braves are sleeping on defense on that coverage.
Good to see Bullock having some success.
And we'll see them bring out the kicking squad. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, you'll see Williams come from the top of the screen and put pressure on Bullock. And,
one-on-one.
Gets it away.
Number 16, Colin Shaw, just didn't have a good hand on it. And it looks like they're going to go for it with the toss to 26, but it's no good. He's tackled by number 9, Alex Lindbergh.
Great job by Lindbergh. He's had a great night, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got some yards, he's got some catches, and he's got some tackles.
Yeah.
He's been playing well tonight.
Good football player.
BB&T is a proud sponsor of Indian Hill Athletics. Your financial needs change.
And now the ball will be with Indian Hill.
A lot of guys making plays tonight for the Braves. We just saw Lindbergh and both Oaks. I mean, Mick certainly on defense. Joe with some great blocking on offense.
Jalen Thornton.
Yep. John Mark Williams. Tennyson Holmes running the ball well. Cole Dean doing a great job with his feet and his arm. Michael Bright making some plays offensively.
That's what makes
Colin
Indian
Shaw,
Hill.
they've just got a lot of weapons, and then we got our kicker, right?
That's what makes Indian Hill very dangerous. They don't have a centerpiece. Their whole team makes them very dangerous.
Yeah, and then, of course, Trey Lopez. How about the night that he's had? Biggest night of probably
Can't forget
anybody.
about him.
Yeah. Marco Fiore.
Oh, yeah.
Time 7 p.m. next Friday.
Now Roger Bacon will kick off from the 40.
Looks like the Braves have the hands team out there, expecting an onside kick.
And it is. Oh.
That's just how you draw it up. I think when they practice on Wednesday, I think they probably sit there and they say, you know what, it's going to be the third guy to touch it is when we want to actually cover the ball up. Braves catch a break there. Goes through 2 sets of hands before it gets to the guy that gets on it. Nice job.
Some good field position for the Braves. looks like Will Schneider.
That was Will
the catch.
Schneider. Will Schneider.
Braves will have it.
You know what? It was either Will Schneider or Graham Weiler. Sorry.
Either way, that was a good catch.
Yeah, great job.
It looks like we'll see Cole Dean in the backfield. 3 receivers on his right, one
Yeah,
on his
looks like
left.
the personnel is the same here for the
Alex
Braves.
Lindbergh with a good catch. He's running. Favors the sideline, but is tackled. And that'll be first down for the Braves.
Boy, heck of a throw by Cole Dean to get it over that defender that actually jumped the route.
Let's move those chains.
Just under 5 minutes left in this one.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some more younger guys get into the action for the Braves and perhaps for Roger Bacon also. Cole Dean will be in the back. Gives it to Tennyson, favors the middle route again.
More positive yards on first down puts us in a manageable 2nd and 6, something like that. Braves have really been good, balanced tonight.
That'll be second down for the Braves.
Braves going to take some time, as they usually do, to get the play in. But right now, that clock's running, and I don't think either side wants to stop it.
Cole Dean in the backfield. Back in the shotgun. Asking for the ball.
You didn't happen to see that game, though, last week between Texas A&M and UCLA, did you?
I did not. Wait, Texas A&M where UCLA came back?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I did perhaps
You
see
just
that.
never know.
With that incredible comeback, they faked a punt or a field goal right in for a touchdown.
Yeah, you just never know.
Now the Braves will have it on the 46-yard line. Second down. We'll see Cole Dean asking for the ball. Running to Tennyson Holmes. Goes right up the middle. And that's a first and goal.
Big night continues for Tennyson Holmes. Running hard, and looks like we've got a flag here. Looks like we've got offsetting penalties, personal fouls, both sides. Play will stand, a first down.
We'll see if the Braves can get a touchdown here and increase the lead.
We'll wait for the chain gang to get going here and start that clock. Under 4 minutes left here.
Tennyson, John Mark Williams with the run. He gained about 2 yards.
John Mark Williams on the carry inside the 15-yard
And that'll take it to second down.
Yeah, so the Braves, I guess a perfect scenario. You get a good win against a good team, and you still got plenty of things, I think, for the coaches to point to as they get ready for another week of practice and looking ahead next week at Madeira.
Yeah, that'll be a good game to watch.
What looks like it's going to be both 2-1 teams. Get to see Mark Manfredi and Jack Hravac. Look forward to that.
We'll see Marco Fiore with the pitch to Tennyson Holmes. Powers through, but is brought down.
Yeah, just looking forward a little bit to that. Tyler Richmond having a good year from Madeira, throwing the ball, and of course on the other end of it, Adam Wyzork leading the league with 187 coming into tonight, 187 receiving yards. Of course, Jack Kravac going to Purdue as a football player. And Mark Manfredi leading the league with 394 rushing yards coming into tonight. So it should be a great time out there. Matt Megis picking up where his older brother left off, tackling everybody. I think he led the league coming into tonight with 25 tackles, it says. So Madeira got a lot of pieces. Look forward to it. And of course, all these guys friends and known each other forever. And a class of 2018 over at Madeira, special group.
Yes.
Going to be an interesting year, not only in football, but in basketball.
Yeah, that also. We'll see Marco Fiore, or Cole Dean in the back. Hands off to Tennyson right up the middle. And it looks like he might be just short of a first down. So that'll be 3rd and 1.
You know, and this is a great situation for Tennyson, too. Not a ton of carries playing behind Zarian Hunter-Cure the last couple of years. So one of those cases where every rep he gets better at seeing things. Every rep he gets, he figures out pace and all the other components to having success. And it's going to be really good for the Braves because with that running game and these athletes on the perimeter and Cole Dean doing a good job, potent offense, no doubt about it.
Indeed, and Luke, it looks like Cole Dean gives it to Tennyson, and he will get the first down, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Braves.
Yeah, you know, I'm really impressed, too, tonight with Tennyson Holmes and all the positive yardage. I mean, you don't have to get 10 at a time or 5 at a time. I mean, he's just, it seems like every time he touches the ball, it's positive yards. And early in the series, I mean, that's a real big deal to put him in manageable situations.
Looks like the refs are discussing if he got the first down. They might bring out the chain gang and measure it, and they will.
I give them credit. 26-point game, minute 30 left. They're professionals all the way to the end, Jake.
Yes, they are. Let's see, do we have a close-up?
Did you stay up last night and watch that Patriots-Chiefs game?
Yes, that surprised me.
I'm an old man. I went to bed. What happened?
Well, the Patriots were up, and the Chiefs came back. Well, they didn't come back, but the Chiefs really just overtook the Patriots, which was a great game. And it stunned the whole NFL, really, because Patriots have such a home field presence in Foxborough, and
a lot of pomp and circumstance last night with the Super Bowl championship and the pregame ceremonies. I saw that part of it, so that had to hurt. But Braves doing a good job here, doing the right thing and taking a knee and run out this clock and move on. For the Braves, we talked about how they go to Madeira next week. For Roger Bacon, they have McNicholas next week. Not sure where that is, but the good news, too, we forgot to mention, Bacon back on their home field. Last year they had a flood, lost the ability to play at home. They're back on their field, and that's a good thing.
Now, where did they play last year?
St. X.
Okay.
Yep.
And it looks like they will let the clock run out.
Yeah, we went to St. X last year, and my son broke his fibula, so it was a memorable evening.
Looks like the Braves will kneel it again. Winding down. And we'll see the players start to talk. Well, this has been a great game from both sides.
Yeah.
But ultimately the Braves overtook Roger Bacon and got the victory.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Jake, I think tonight saw the value of a team effort, what you talked about, with so many pieces as opposed to depending on just a few. I think that's going to be the key to the Braves' success the rest of the year.
And signing off, I'm Jake Summerall.
I'm Brian Shaw. Thanks, Jake. Enjoyed doing this with you.
Thank you. And the final score from here at Tomahawk Stadium, Indian Hill Braves 45 and Roger Bacon Spartans 19. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.